Hi, it's Jason from Eats and Beats, aka your professional home chef, aka Sir Save-A-Lot, aka Rich Uncle Penny Pincher. Way back in episode 30, I made a butternut squash bisque, but promised y'all a true seafood bisque before local crab season was over. And here it is. Now, while you could throw a lot of costly ingredients into a seafood bisque, the smarter, more cost-effective way of doing it is to use the shells to add additional flavor to your broth. So on our wedding anniversary this past fall, my wife and I went to an all-you-can-eat seafood feast at a local distillery. We had a blast, food was great. But when it's time for us to clear the table, I was like,
Whoa. There's still plenty of meat on that bone. Now you take this home, throw it in a pot, add some broth, a potato. Baby, you got a stew going.
So I asked the server if she could pack up our shrimp and crab shells for us to take home. And she graciously obliged our frugal request. And baby, I got myself a stew going. Check out today's episode, Seafood Bisque. Enjoy. I started by taking those shells out of the freezer and setting them aside. I thawed a bag of cooked crawfish and set to peeling them and adding the shells to the pile. That tail meat goes into the fridge until the end. To all those shells, I added some shrimp bouillon and enough water to cover it all. Then set it to boil in my pressure cooker for 15 minutes before releasing the pressure and removing the shells from the stock. Next, I get my roux going. I'm not making gumbo, so I'm not going very dark on it before I add in my mirepoix to start softening. A sprinkle of Old Bay, a few bay leaves and some tarragon, a bit of dried thyme, and then some saffron that I've steeped in white wine. I'm using a can of diced tomatoes since tomato season is over, and then I start ladling in my seafood stock until I get the texture that I'm looking for. After that simmers for a bit, I add in some heavy cream and start cooking some chopped leeks in a pan with salt, pepper, and olive oil. Once those are softened, I finish up the soup by adding in cooked langoustine lobster tails and the crawfish I picked earlier. And there you have it, a creamy, rich, and decadent seafood bisque. A perfect way to celebrate the end of crab season. Shout out to those hard-working crab shells that were first, an exoskeleton, second, the vessel for our cooked crab meat, third, a flavor enhancer to the soup, and fourth, and finally, high-quality compost for my garden. But I'll tell you more about that when planting season comes. Stay tuned. For this recipe and all my others, head over to my Substack. Don't forget to like, share, follow, comment, and let me know what you want to eat for dinner.